There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to use a strap cutter, but there's a few essential tips and tricks to get consistent, good results. I also want to show you an alternative method for cutting straps out of leather that's either too soft or too flexible to use with this tool. So let's get started. For thicker veg tan leathers with a firm temper, you can't beat the strap cutter. Before you can use it, you need a straight edge to work from. So I use the longest ruler I have and keep it in place with my leather weight and free hand. And I make the cut with either my rotary cutter or utility knife. You're only as good as your first cut. It's essentially the template your strap cutter will follow for every strap you cut from that hide. I've got 4 setup tips on the strap cutter before we cut anything. Number 1, adjust the thickness on the crossbar opening to limit the amount of wiggle room. I see this being skipped all the time. This thumb screw adjusts the right side, which is commonly known, but what gets forgotten are these Phillips head screws that allow you to adjust on the left side. You can loosen those by about a half turn and raise or lower this piece until you have the right thickness. Then tighten the screws back down. This gap should be parallel. It should not look like a wedge, and it should be just slightly taller than the thickness of your leather. Number 2, keep the crossbar flush at the top of the handle opening. Unless you're cutting some super thick 16-ounce leather, there will be a gap here, which could make the crossbar, and consequentially the blade, angled. An easy way to avoid that is to place your hand under the tool and push the crossbar flat against the top while tightening the thumb screw. Number 3, when tightening this thumb screw, I'd recommend giving it an extra turn with the pliers after you've hand tightened it, because stiff leathers, a wobbly edge cut, or a dull blade can cause the crossbar to drift when more force is applied. This extra turn should solve that. Number 4, only use a sharp blade. I'd guess about 90% of strap cutting mistakes are due to forcing the cut with a dull blade. They're affordable and easy to replace, so there's no reason to be stingy with them. Now let's move on to some tips that have helped me with my technique. Number 1, find a long table if possible so you can hang the leather over the edge. Though most of us don't have a huge workbench at home, the next best alternative is the floor. The goal is to lay the hide completely flat. Number 2, when you start cutting, after the first half inch or so, you might feel it suddenly stop. Sometimes the leather will hit the back side of the opening, so just grab that tab and move it slightly to your left. Number 3, while cutting, I like to keep holding the strap with my left hand to maintain some tension and keep everything nice and straight through the cutting area. Number 4, as I cut, the area my eyes are focused on is this flat section right here. The flat side of the handle is the fence that the leather should rub against the entire time to ensure a straight cut with a consistent width. I look there the whole time to make sure there's no gaps. If you apply just a little pressure towards the leather as you're pulling, you should have no problems here. The area I look at is also right by the measurements, so I can see if that crossbar has drifted from my setting. Number 5. With my right hand, I like to guide the leather through the cutting area with my thumb and a couple of my lower fingers. Again, this is just keeping everything straight and controlled as it passes through. Number 6. If you have a slightly softer leather or are stuck with a dull blade, you can slit the leather at the top to get your cut started. Sometimes the outer edge of the hide can be a bit softer, so this trick comes in handy. Okay, so what do you do when you don't have or can't use a strap cutter? Thinner, softer leathers like mini chrome tans and more supple veg tans, or even firmer leathers that are just pretty thin, tend to flex and warp as you try to cut them. Instead, I cut the strap using my clear acrylic ruler. I cut about 2 feet at a time and then slide the ruler down and continue until I have the length that I need. In my opinion, it's essential to use a rotary cutter for this. It creates more downward pressure, whereas a normal knife creates more lateral pressure, which causes stretching and warping. This becomes an even bigger problem if your knife isn't sharp. That's why I prefer the large 60mm rotary cutter. One last trick is to use a piece of stock metal or a ruler to act as a template. For example, I know this ruler is 1.25 inches wide, so if I need a strap that's that width, I just have to line the edge up with the leather and cut along the ruler to make the strap. I have some flat bar at home in my most used widths, like a 1/2 inch and 1 inch, which makes this pretty foolproof. I hope these tips help reduce frustration and help you get great results when cutting out your straps. If you like this style of video, I think you'll enjoy this one where I show you some tips on machine sewing leather. Thanks for watching.